Today we are reviewing the newest EP from Funk Lords, self-proclaimed Funk Lords Chromeo, titled Quarantine Casanova. And the first track is Clorox Wipe. What'd you think of this one?
I got one word for you. Banger. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I actually didn't take any notes for this album.
I didn't either. I was able. Yeah, I was able. I retained everything I heard. But it's not that long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think kicking off the EP, it's fantastic because it immediately hooks you in. Kind of like the arcadey funk of it is mesmerizing. I love that the track has like 3 separate melodies that all like are interwoven with each other very well. It doesn't feel like jarring when they shift from, or as the song progresses, when they shift to different melodies, it doesn't sound out of place. It sounds like it's transforming. It has like legs, to say the least. So yeah, thought it was an absolute banger. And I think lyrically, here and across the entire EP, I thought the quarantine aesthetic was, I think, a much needed shot in the arm for Chromeo. So I really enjoyed this one, where he's like, oh, "I'll be your Clorox wipe. I'll wipe your surfaces, kill all the bacteria." So yeah,
baby.
Yeah, incredibly funky, really great. I love it a lot. Moving on, we have 6 Feet Away.
Before we get to that one, what did you mean by shot in the arm? Is their discography not that great?
No, there is. It's just personally for me on the last album, I think it was Head Over Heels. That album, I think, was just dry and compared with their other stuff. So for me, I didn't get a whole lot out of it outside of like that song they did with Dram. Absolute banger. But like for the most part, I was kind of underwhelmed from what I heard, mostly because it just sounded like they were staying stagnant in their sonic ambitions. So here, I think, even though they're kind of keeping the sound the same, the topics are kind of like a shot in the arm for them, because it's kind of showing off their charm and how incredibly funny they can be and how cheesy they can be. So,
Right.
The next track is 6 Feet Away. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, man. I mean, charming is a really good way to put, I think, this track and really the whole album. I really agree with what you said about the quarantine aesthetic. It's funny, I thought you meant shot in the arm, like, for the general population, because that's kind of where I was going, in that, these are really difficult times. Obviously, COVID itself is a very difficult health issue that we're all facing.
Yeah, and you're lost in the woods, I see.
I got lost in the woods?
Bruh, your entire background is black. It's pitch black.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like Predator or Jason is going to come get you.
I'm method acting for the Slenderman remake in 2025. Yeah. But where were we? Oh, yeah. So, like, COVID is a difficult time. And then, obviously, there was the murder of George Floyd. And there's all the current protests going on. So, again, obviously, just a very difficult time. The election is coming up. So I
cannot wait for that shit show.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, so I think this album for me was, like you said, just a very funny kind of breath of fresh air. Just because if you keep up with the news every day, it's just pretty depressing. It wears you down. It just kind of makes you, I think, lose faith in humanity and in the world. So it was nice to be able to kind of just kick back, listen to this feel good album. And it's not just feel good. It's like
it's incredibly cheesy.
Like
it's cheesily charming.
It's cheesy and charming, yeah, but that's like right up my alley, and I really enjoy it during this time. So, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I really didn't even keep any like particular notes for any of the songs. Like, yeah, my overall rating was like a 27 out of 30. I know
27. That's like the highest I've ever seen. Okay, so like since you went to like overall, I'll probably just give like a quick snippet of how I felt for each track. I thought 6 Feet Away was incredibly funky. I love the lyrics. I can't see with my glasses on, and you can't hear me when my mask is on. I thought that was incredibly funny. On the next track, Stay in Bed and Do Nothing. I like this one too. I liked it quite a lot. I think the way they're able to like tackle each song with a different perspective of quarantine was genius to say the least, because they're able to like keep it fresh and really explore these topics in a new way. Like on Stay in Bed and Do Nothing, I really like stay in bed and do what you wanna do, and that means nothing. I thought that was pretty funny. He also mentioned, or the main singer on this one also mentions like how he respects people. The only people he respects are like the U.S. Postal Service and doctors and nurses and people who are like risking their lives during this stuff.
Right.
He also expresses like how furious he is that like people are like, hey, let's go to the movies or come to this book club that we want to read, and it's like, no, you're stressing me out, man.
Not wearing masks.
Yeah. So like, and he's also like, it's okay if you're not productive. It's like if you're spending all day in your sweatpants, no one's gonna blame you. You just gotta chill out.
Right.
So I thought that was great. Roni Got Me Stressed was another great one, in my opinion. He's kind of like talking to like
Dr. Fauci.
What?
I think one of the lyrics was talking about calling Dr. Fauci. Roni's got me stressed out.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of great references on here. Like what was it? I think they're talking from like the perspective from the beginning of the quarantine or the beginning of the outbreak, where people were like mass buying toilet paper. So he mentions paper towels running scarce. Don't know what to do about it. Grocery stores, they got me scared. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought the reference to like the recent Teddy Riley meme was really funny.
I don't know the meme. I didn't get it.
It's like Babyface and Teddy Riley are like two R&B artists, and they were like having an Instagram like concert for like 500,000 viewers. But like Teddy Riley kept dropping out of the call in and out during the performances.
Was it on Zoom?
I have no idea if it was on Zoom. It's just that's what I saw. I think it was on Skype, but I think it was over Instagram. Yeah, but on this one, he's also like talking about like he's going berserk. He has to preserve his mental health because everyone around him is like talking shit in terms of like, oh, this isn't real. COVID is just a government conspiracy. And he's also talking about like how his friends are out of work and will there ever be a cure, and how we should throw 2020 in the dumpster, which I absolutely agree with. It's been an absolutely horrid year. Yeah.
On that?
What?
We still have another.
We still have another 6 months. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I thought the Fauci line you said was funny. And the last one, Cabin Fever, I wasn't amazed by this one. I thought that was all right. I thought the lyrics were kind of samey in alliance with the previous one. But yeah, I think overall, I agree with you. I think listening to this like very short but sweet EP was a very nice escape, or not escape, but just more like an interesting way to like hear the perspective of other people, and especially coming from Chromia, who are like known to be like cheesy love funk gods. I think this was exactly what they needed in their discography, or not in their discography, but like just something, because in the future this is going to sound like a very dated EP if COVID ever gets better, or like the world like returns to a more stable.
Oh really? You think it'll be? I mean, well, yeah, dated, but like not in a bad way. You think?
Oh no, not in a bad way. But like I know like that will be held against it. But I honestly, I think for now it just it's really great. I think I've come back to this EP like 3 or 4 times, and I'm always like appeased by it. So my final rating for this would be like an 8.5. I think I was really surprised to hear just how much I really enjoyed hearing their personalities again, and also hearing them discuss these topics in a like funny, cheesy manner. Especially since I didn't feel as satisfied with Head Over Heels that came out, I think, 2 years ago. So I think if they keep up this route for their future stuff, man, I'm excited.
Sure.
Yeah, so my final rating is an 8.5. Yours is a 27. I think that's the highest it's been for any of these reviews.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just agree with what you said. It just really, it really hit a spot that I needed it to hit, like during this time. Yeah, I think it was just exactly what I needed. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, good on them.
Cool, yeah. Well, thank you for watching this review. We will see you next time.